Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So, in last episode, we defeated the Anaheim Ducks in a sweep, and we have advanced to our second Stanley Cup Finals in 3 years, as we're up against the New York Islanders. Now, we could have faced the Boston Bruins again, but Boston got eliminated, unfortunately, so we're up against the Islanders, and the Islanders have a pretty deadly first line, like I'll show you guys. They had a lot of really good picks over the last 10 years or so. They didn't make it that far in the playoffs. This is the first time they've been in the Cup Finals. But as you can see, that top line, Dean Jenkins 91, Joe Veleno 90, and Henry Suter 88. So that's a very good first line. Their second line is pretty good as well in terms of these two. The center depth on the team is really good. They also have a former player from last 2 seasons ago, I think, when we went to the Stanley Cup Finals, Danny Morrison. And then offensively, they're solid all around. Goaltending-wise, I'm not really that scared of them because they got Tristan Jarry as their starter and Grossman as their backup. So overall-wise, I think we should be able to beat this team, except for that first line. But if our first line could match their first line, then we should be good, because our first line has been clicking the entire playoffs. Currently, Urkamps leads the way in points for us with 17 points in 15 games. And then, I think Schultz and Fitzgerald, who are also on that first line, they both also have, maybe about 14, 13 points. So let's see if we can get it done. The Islanders have home ice in the Stanley Cup Finals, but let's see if we could continue this hot streak that we've been on as of lately. So we're going to, we're going to fast sim through the game. So first period, and nicely done, boys. We were down 1-0 as Versi, who's their third line center, opens the scoring, but Bear Schultz, the captain, comes through tying the game up, and Mayorov, who we traded for, gives us the lead. We're out shooting 13-9. Let's keep it up here in a second, boys. There you go, 4-1. Bruce Ruchin with 2 goals. That is a huge performance from Bruce. Let's just log it down here in the third. There you go, Larry Sure. Hopefully, since we're up 5-1, hopefully we could score again in the next few games, because our offense has been clicking like crazy, but eventually it might die down, so we got to keep it up next game too. Danny Morrison, the former Minnesota Wild, is going to pull the Islanders within 3, but it is a little too late as Kilger makes it 6-2, and we're going to take game 1 at the Barclays Center by a score of 6-2. Very good offensive game and defensive game like we've had the entire playoffs. So Schultz from Fitzgerald and Urkamps. So that first line, like I said, Mayorov from Kaprizov and Ruchin. Ruchin from Schultz and Urkamps, and Ruchin from Schultz and Sure from Haas, and Kilger from Chichura and Mayorov. So very good performance from our offense and defense. Ruchin gets first star, Schultz the second star, and Mikhail Mayorov the third star. Wow. But this episode, hopefully if we win a cup, it will be a good episode. But then next episode is going to be sad, because we're going to have to let a lot of players go probably, because I don't know how we're going to afford everybody back again. So game 2, can our offense continue this crazy streak it's been on? First period, and it is 1-1. Nicely done. Kaprizov gets the game's first goal, but I think his name is Oleg Anisimov, not 100% sure. Gives the Islanders the lead. We need more shots, though, in the second, as we're being outshot 11-5. Second period, yes, boys, 3-1 us. Christian Nilsson, who had no points at all so far in the playoffs, picks up his first goal of the playoffs. And then Bruce Ruchin, who's got 3 goals now in his last 2 games, gives us a 3-1 lead going into this third period. Penalty kill off, and we don't kill it off as Gordy Brennan's going to pull the Islanders within 1. Come on, boys. Last 10 minutes here of the third period, 5-on-3 power play, and we don't get it done. Last 5 minutes of the game now. Come on, boys. Hold the fort. We're being outshot. Corson's keeping us in this, and we are going to take a 2-0 series lead with both games in New York. Really good performance from Corson in that game. Kaprizov from Mayorov and Ruchin, Nilsson from Kaprizov and Haas, and Ruchin from Bure and Lawson. So Ruchin's got 5 points in 2 games. I love Ruchin. He's awesome. He gets into fights, sticks up for the team. He scores goals when needed. He gets assists, and he's always a really good plus player. So hopefully we're going to be able to re-sign this guy in the offseason. So the Islanders are now at 12-10. We are 14-3, and we are 2 wins away. Come on, boys. We could do this. Apparently, Nino Niederreiter was back on the Islanders last season in this game, but I think he was in the AHL affiliate this season. So first period, and it's scoreless. Okay, I'll take that. Shots are 10-9 in favor of us, but once again, Corson playing great hockey. Second period, and it is 2-1 Islanders. Okay, I think we could still come back from this. We're out shooting them 21-20. We're only down by 1 goal. Jared Malone gets the goal scoring started, and then Anisimov with his second of this round, and Santala gives the Islanders the lead. Come on, boys, let's tie this up. We're on home ice too. Penalty kill, and nicely done. Come on, boys. There you go. Kaprizov, the third period hero, ties it up, but Danny Morrison, the former Wild, gives the Islanders the lead. Come on, guys, kill it off. Nicely done. Last 7 minutes here. Come on, let's tie this game up. Oh, and Josh Hosang's going to make it 4-2. And it looks like the New York Islanders are going to take, they're going to take a game in our home building. So we got to take next game. Suter got that empty netter, and we lose 5-2. Our offense wasn't as good in that game. Like, it was close for the most part until those last 3 goals. So not that bad of a game still. There's the 3 stars, Jerry, Santala, and Danny Morrison. Oh, Danny Morrison seems like he wants to come back to bite us. Okay, so we got to take this game, guys. I don't want to go back to New York tied at 2. So come on, boys. I'm not changing anything with the lines. So let's get it done here in Game 4. First period, yes, boys, there you go. Fitzgerald, who's 25, and he led us during the regular season. Kaprizov, the 34-year-old, comes through with a big goal, and we're up 2-0 after 1. Second period, yes, boys, 4-0. Andrew Urkamps makes it 3-0, and Kaprizov with his second of the night. And we have a 4-0 lead going into the third. We're out shooting them 25-15. Let's just lock this down for Corson, and let's have a chance to win a Stanley Cup in New York. Or in Brooklyn, I guess, because that's where Barclays Center is. We're out shooting them heavily to 33-21. They are just not getting their offensive production, and we're continuing ours. And we are going to take a 3-1 stranglehold on the series going back to Brooklyn. So, goals were Fitzgerald unassisted, Kaprizov's 9th from Hodges, Urkamp's from Fitzgerald and Tillett, and Kaprizov's 10th from Dumba and Hawes. It seems like Kaprizov did come out a lot in the last 2 rounds. Like, he didn't play the greatest in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, but since the conference finals, he's been very good for us. So, we have a 3-1 series lead. Can we win our second Stanley Cup in 3 years? We're going to slow sim the entire game, and we'll intervene if we have a chance to win it. So, power play to start the game right early, but we don't score. Power play for them, they don't score. Oh, but they're going to score first as Tommy Santala gets the Islanders on the board. But we're going to answer right back. Tommy Kilger on that 4th line makes it 1-1. That's what I want to see. Power play, come on, guys, let's get that lead, and we don't get it. Penalty kill, and they're going to get the lead as their top line center, Joe Veleno, gives the Islanders a lead after 1. We're being outshot 13-7. We need more shots here in the second period. Come on, boys, let's tie it early. Take the crowd out of it. Halfway through this second period almost. Not getting a lot of offense still. Still a 2-1 game. Last 5 minutes of the second period. Can we have a ball-busting goal to tie it up? And we're not going to get any offense there in the second period. Shots are 20-15, so they're a bit more respectable, but we're still down by 1 goal. Third period underway. Let's tie this early here in the third, boys. Or we might have a chance to win the Stanley Cup on home ice for a change. Last year we won it in Boston. Last 10 minutes of the third period here. We're only down by 1 goal. Kaprizov, you come through always in. There you go. Tommy Kilger with his second of the night. And we're going to intervene in like a couple minutes here. Holy crap. Let's intervene now. So Tommy Kilger has tied the game up, and we might be going to OT. I say might be because Kirill Kaprizov could always come through late like he always does. So I'm going to let you guys watch this just in case we have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. If we don't, we'll continue on with the simulation. Otherwise, I'll see you guys here at the end of it.
If you're just with us, it's been a tremendous bit of hockey so far, and more to come. And they've won the faceoff. Loose puck, the defense was in the way. The Islanders through the neutral zone move it along. Puts one on. Good scrum here. He's in his own end of the ice now, and what's up? Minnesota's in control as they travel up the wing. Dumped in. Late in the game now. A wild finish is coming.
In the third period.
Pass cut. Minnesota's moving the puck up the wing. Great shooting lane. Good pass up that left wing, and he's got it. A shot off his helmet mask. Wonderful save. To Chipchura.
Chipchura is looking to add to his 2-assist game so far.
Got a piece of it. New York's finding its way to center ice. That pass tipped away by the opposition. He's held to the glass. Scrum over, puck kicked. On to Tanguay. Terrific glove save. Puck covered, whistle blown. A terrific bumpy road to the end of a marvelous game. At least one more dramatic face-off. This is why they spend so much time practicing draws. The shots on goal are high already, and they're going to crawl higher. After 3 periods, 30 for the Islanders and 26 for the Wild. Minnesota's goaltender has preserved a tie game and has given them a chance to strike themselves in overtime. We'll return after these words. We are underway in overtime. Who's the hero going to be? Puck loose, now picked up. And now it's directed to Suter. Lets it go. Wonderful save. He's got that pass at the point. Shoots, blocked. Still no shot. Out at the blue line. Gotta clear it. Gets in. What'll he do? Gives it over to the point. Score! The Stanley Cup winning goal in overtime!
So there you guys have it. Your Minnesota Wild have won their second Stanley Cup in 3 years. As I don't know who got the OT winner. I think it was Bear Schultz, but it was hard to tell because it was a really crazy goal. But we have won the Stanley Cup. There's the 3 stars. Corson ends up winning as well the Conn Smythe for the best player in the playoffs, which is definitely the case. In the first couple rounds, he had quite a few shutouts and stuff like that. So yeah, Bear Schultz, the captain, gets the game-winning goal, assisted by Kent Hodges and Eric Fitzgerald. So Hodges has now had 2 Stanley Cup winning assists. This one was a pretty crazy goal though. So Fitzgerald just plays this puck. He should have shot, but he throws it back to Hodges, and Hodges lets this thing rip, and it bounces off Bear Schultz's ass. Wow, this is an interesting way to score a goal. Scoring a Stanley Cup with his back or his ass. And then it goes off the goaltender and then off the crossbar and in. This puck bounces so much. There's no way this is EHEs. Schultz just boom right there and boom falls down. So we have won our second Stanley Cup now. But now comes the bad news. We probably have retirements, which is Granlund. Granlund watched that game from the press box probably and won because he was technically a part of that Stanley Cup winning team, even though he wasn't there because he played 55 games during the regular season. So let's see the awards and the retirements and all that stuff, and then we'll wrap up this episode. So Stanley Cup champions, your Minnesota Wild, and the Calder Cup champions are the San Jose Barracuda. So let's just check the awards first, and then we will get to the retirements. Urkamps was playing amazing as well, so this offseason is going to be a really bad one for us because we did lose probably Granlund to retirement, maybe Dumba, maybe people like Corson and Kaprizov even. And then also we might not be able to get people back in free agency or offseason wise. So Stanley Cup champion, your Minnesota Wild for the second time in 3 years. President's Trophy, the Vancouver Canucks. And then it was Minnesota in the Islanders. Art Ross goes to Doan. Demko gets to Hart for the second straight season. Wow. Kilger gets to Norris. Kilger gets the Bing. Pritchett gets to Calder. Interesting. Corson gets the Conn Smythe for the first time in his career. Vezina goes to Demko again. Jennings goes to Demko again. Dexter gets the Masterton. Jonas Wills gets the Selke for the second straight season. Demko wins to Lindsay. And Clayton Keller wins to Maurice Richard. HL-wise, any of our players? I don't think so, right? Nope. Okay. So a pretty successful year here in Minnesota. Obviously winning our second Stanley Cup in the 3 seasons. We could have actually won a cup last year if we would have got past the Canucks, but we couldn't. So let's take a look fast at the player stats for the playoffs, just in case any of these guys retire, because some of them could. So let's just go through it all like that. Shooting percentage wise, well, maybe not shooting percentage, but we'll go through the list. So yeah, 20 points, 20 games for Urkamps, 17 points from your captain Bear Schultz, 17 points from Fitzgerald, 15 from Kaprizov, a lot from everybody on this team. And in goaltending, Corson was just a beast, 16-4, 938 save percentage, 1.88 goals against average. So, and 5 shutouts actually for that matter. So, A lot of those guys on our team won their second Stanley Cup because most of them were there when we won our first. So Dumba at least gets another one to add to his collection before he potentially retires. So let's send him to the draft and see if we lose anybody. Hopefully we don't lose somebody like Kaprizov, because Kaprizov has been dropping in production really recently and stuff like that. So like throughout the regular season he was, but I don't think he's going to retire just yet. I could see Matt Dumba maybe retiring, and I could for sure see Granlund retiring. So there is... Okay. So Reginald Maselli and all those trade acquisitions we got during the offseason and during the season helped us win a Stanley Cup. So it was a very successful year. And yes, Mikael Granlund has retired at age 39. So Dumba did not retire though, but Granlund retires with 1,428 games played, 201 goals, 631 assists for 832 points. This guy was definitely a really good playmaker for us, and he almost with 1,000 career points. He was the franchise leader for sure in assists and for points, I believe, because nobody comes close to that really. And goaltending wise, nobody retired. Okay, good. Corson didn't retire. And then let's just check all skaters. So John Tavares retires as a free agent. Scheifele retires. Zibanejad. So Granlund was one of the best players that retired. Nice. Nino Niederreiter retires in the Islanders AHL affiliate. Interesting. He's another former player, obviously. Jonas Brodin, another former player retiring. Same with Lehkonen. Yeah, a lot of guys that used to play for us. And then goaltending wise, let's just check that too. John Gibson retires at 37. Okay. So we lose one big player, but he wasn't actually a player that played for us the entire season. He played in the AHL. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.